I just went to the San Agustin Museum and here's how I got there. After my classes, I walked to LPU, turned left, and just went straight along Real Street. After a couple minutes of walking, I saw the Casa Museum and finally, the San Agustin Church was inside. I went at exactly 12 o'clock, so I had to wait an hour because they had a lunch break, and that's just my fault for not being aware. So for the entrance fee, it was 160 pesos for students with IDs. After a while, I already got in and paid for my ticket in the lobby. So here are 5 facts I researched before going to the museum. So for fact number 1, the Spanish church is a great example of Spanish architecture and engineering back in the 1600s. According to Esquire, this Baroque-style church is the oldest church in the Philippines.
Fact number 2 is that the culture of the friars is very well represented in the museum.
This room, for example, is the library where they wrote and studied. And a lot of the artifacts and signages in the museum went into great detail about the lifestyle of
The friars.
According to them, this was their daily routine. And this was the courtyard where the friars relaxed and appreciated God's nature. For fact 3, there was a lot of artifacts and paintings about the Spanish colonization of the Philippines. We can see maps of routes, designs of boats and their galleons, and there were also paintings about how the Spanish docked in the country, how they spread out, how they treat the Filipinos, and finally persuade them to convert to Catholicism or at least believe in it. Another cool thing about this museum is that there were a lot of traded goods from the Song, Yuan, Ming, and Qing dynasty. There were some Vietnamese artifacts. There were also some Japanese ones, which was one of the things the Spanish were really good at, which is trading and ocean navigation.
The last fact that might surprise you is that it is still a functional church. There are still weddings and masses that are happening in this church, and
Actually preparing for the wedding when I was there.
that was why they were playing the organ. At first I wasn't aware that there was a wedding until I saw people outside in formal attire. After researching, I was really surprised that a place this old would still be used as a venue for weddings.
That is all for this video and thank you for watching.